During the period when I was in high school, one of the events that was quite popular in the agricultural section, farmers enjoyed this, was what they called a farm renovation day or something like that. I remember going to one that was in the river valley that is now under Lake Norman. It was in the area somewhere close to Mooresville, perhaps a little bit north of Mooresville towards Statesville. It is now covered by Lake Norman, but at that time it was still the Catawba River, and the farm was a pretty good sized farm down in a valley with hills and all of the challenges that you have with a farm in the Piedmont of North Carolina. The whole purpose of this was to introduce farmers to modern equipment and modern techniques and convince them how it could benefit them. And I think that it had a great influence on me because certainly in later life, much of my success depended on the fact that I really wanted to have the latest technology and up-to-date equipment and used the techniques that were best practices. And I think one day in these farm renovations, you could see the benefit of that. Obviously, and maybe I got this from those days too, but the capital expense was pretty heavy because farm machinery, if you had the best and you had equipment that was big enough to really do a job, you obviously had invested quite a bit of money. And later on, when I was looking at the plastic molding business, it was a constant capital battle. You always had to be buying new equipment, and that new equipment was always priced higher than it was the last time you bought any. But it was the real key and the secret to success, I think, in the molding business, as it probably was in the farming business too. My dad always tried to get good equipment and used good techniques, but sometimes the capital limitations prevented that happening and made him less successful than he could have been if he had been more adequately capitalized.